Week 1 of a diet, you're unstoppable. You meal prep on Sunday like you're launching a military campaign. Tupperware everywhere. Chicken weighed to the gram. You're tracking macros, drinking water, going to bed early. You feel like you've finally cracked the code. You text your friend, bro, I think this is actually it this time. You genuinely believe that. Week 3, you're lying on your couch, staring at the ceiling, wondering if a human being can survive on willpower alone because yours ran out about 4 days ago. The meal prep containers are still in your fridge, but now they feel like tiny prisons. The chicken tastes like punishment. You haven't logged a meal in 2 days because opening the app makes you want to throw your phone into traffic. That crash, that specific, predictable, almost scheduled collapse in motivation around week 3 is not a character flaw. It's not you being weak. It's brain chemistry, and it happens to virtually everyone. And the fitness industry never talks about it because your dopamine receptors are down-regulating, doesn't fit on a motivational poster. The story you tell yourself is that disciplined people don't experience this, that the guys who stay lean year-round just have more willpower, that somewhere out there is a person who wakes up on day 21 of a calorie deficit and thinks, wow, I love this. Let me eat another dry chicken breast with enthusiasm and joy. That person does not exist. Everyone hits the wall. The difference between people who get results and people who restart every month is not superior genetics or iron willpower. It's that one group expected the wall and built a plan for it, and the other group hit the wall and assumed it meant the diet was wrong. I've started and abandoned more diets than I can count. Double digits. And every single time I quit, I blamed the diet. This approach doesn't work for me. My metabolism is different. I think I'm just not built for cutting. Bro, you're not built for cutting? You're a human being. Your ancestors survived famines. You can't survive 3 weeks without pizza rolls. That was me. I was the pizza roll guy. I'm not proud of it. Here's what's actually happening in your skull during those first 3 weeks. Week 1, your brain is flooded with dopamine. Not because the diet feels good. Eating less food objectively does not feel good, but because of novelty. Your brain loves new things. A new plan, a new structure, a new identity. I'm the kind of person who tracks macros now. That's exciting. Your brain releases dopamine in response to novelty and the anticipation of a future reward. You feel motivated not because of what you're doing, but because of what you're imagining you'll become. This is the same chemical process that makes the first few hours of a new video game incredible. Everything is new. Every discovery feels rewarding. But by hour 30, you're grinding. The novelty is gone. That's not because the game got worse. It's because your dopamine system adapted and stopped treating it as new. By week 2, the novelty dopamine starts fading. You're still running on momentum and maybe some early results. Water weight drops fast, so the scale is moving. That keeps you going. Week 3 is where everything collapses. The novelty is completely gone. The easy water weight is already lost, so the scale slows or stalls. Your hunger hormones, ghrelin specifically, have ramped up because your body has registered that you're in a deficit and would very much like you to stop. Your leptin, the hormone that tells your brain you're satisfied, has dropped. So you're simultaneously less motivated, more hungry, seeing less progress, and your body is chemically screaming at you to eat more. That's not a willpower problem. That's a forefront war against your own biology, and you're trying to fight it with the memory of how good you felt on day 3. That's like trying to heat your house in January with the memory of how warm it was in July. You start doing math in your head. 3 weeks and I've lost 4 pounds? That's it? Never mind that 4 pounds of actual fat loss in 3 weeks is excellent progress. Never mind that it took months or years to gain the weight. 3 weeks feels like forever when you're in it, and 4 pounds feels like nothing in front of a mirror that looks the same. Then the negotiations start. Just one cheat meal. I'll get back on track tomorrow. Maybe you do, but it turns into a cheat evening. The evening extends into a cheat weekend because, well, I already messed up Saturday, so I might as well start fresh Monday. And Monday comes and the willpower is completely gone because you spent the weekend confirming to your brain that the rules are optional. I have lived this exact sequence so many times I could set a calendar by it. Start Monday. Feel incredible by Wednesday. Start negotiating by week 3 Tuesday. Full abandon by Friday. Researchers have documented this pattern. They call it the What the hell effect? You violate your diet, feel guilty, and the guilt makes you eat more. It's a doom spiral with better branding. 2 things. That's it. You don't need a 10-step system. You need 3 adjustments and some honesty. First, shrink the commitment at the moment of crisis. When week 3 hits and everything in you is screaming to quit, don't try to recommit to the entire plan. Just commit to the next meal. Not the next week, not the next day, the next meal. This works because your brain is overwhelmed by the scale of the remaining commitment. I have to do this for 8 more weeks is paralyzing. I have to eat this chicken and rice right now is manageable. The mistake is trying to summon week 1 energy during week 3. That energy was chemically manufactured by novelty and it's not coming back. Use a different fuel source. Just do the next small thing. Second, build in planned breaks that aren't failures. A scheduled diet break or refeed day isn't quitting. It's strategy. Researchers tested this. They split dieters into 2 groups. One that dieted continuously and one that took planned breaks. The group with breaks lost more fat and kept it off better long term. Build in a day every week or 2 where you eat at maintenance, not a binge, just a day where you eat normally. This gives your leptin a bump, your hunger hormones a break, and your brain a rest from constant tracking. The mistake is treating any deviation as failure. A planned maintenance day is not a failure. An unplanned pizza binge because you white-knuckled it for 21 days straight, that's the failure, and it's caused by not building in the release valve. Third, swap your metric from feeling to tracking. Your feelings at week 3 are lying to you. Your emotions are compromised by hormones, hunger, and dopamine withdrawal. So instead of asking, do I feel like this is working? Look at your log. Are you hitting your calorie target most days? Is the weekly average weight trending down? Are your lifts holding steady? If yes, then it's working. Your feelings are irrelevant. I know that sounds cold, but it's the most freeing thing I ever accepted about dieting. Feeling terrible in week 3 is not a signal to stop. It's a signal that you're in the hardest part. And the hardest part doesn't last. Motivation is not a personality trait. It's a chemical event. And like all chemical events, it's temporary. The people you admire who stay consistent, they're not more motivated than you. They just stopped expecting motivation to be there every day and learned to work without it. That sounds depressing. It's actually the most liberating idea in fitness. Because if motivation is a feeling, and feelings come and go, then waiting to feel motivated before you act is like waiting to feel awake before you get out of bed. The doing is what creates the momentum, not the other way around. Every time you survive a week 3, the next one gets a little easier. Not because the chemistry changes, your ghrelin still spikes, your dopamine still drops, but your relationship with those feelings changes. You stop interpreting "I don't feel like it" as "I should stop" and start interpreting it as "this is the part where I prove it matters to me." That tiny, boring, unsexy mental shift is the entire difference between people who transform their bodies and people who restart every January. Nobody's going to make a highlight reel out of you eating reheated chicken on a Tuesday night when you'd rather order Uber Eats. But that's the rep that counts. The calisthenic playbook was designed around this exact problem. It's structured in phases, so you're not doing the same thing for 12 weeks straight and losing your mind. The progressions change, rep schemes shift, and there's a built-in deload every few weeks, so your brain and body get a break without starting over. Links in the description. Subscribe if this made you feel less broken. Because you're not broken. You're just in week 3, and week 3 ends. Go eat your chicken. I believe in you. Barely.